Bro, how many times have you heard the Rock's flashback ruined Roger? How many times have you heard he used to have so much more aura and now look at him? And honestly, I get where this criticism is coming from. For years, Roger was one of the most mysterious and legendary characters in all of One Piece. We barely knew anything about him. Every single appearance felt mystical and legendary. Roger was that guy. But now, seeing him after the God Valley incident, many fans feel like that legendary image of Roger has been completely destroyed. But I couldn't disagree anymore. If anything, I like Roger even more now thanks to the God Valley flashback. But how? Isn't he such an auraless bum? How can anyone like this simp? First of all, we need to establish a fact. Roger was never supposed to be this super cool aura farming 24/7 guy. He is Luffy's parallel. Luffy is a goofball. He is meant to be the successor to Roger, and since day one we could all assume that Roger was a bit like Luffy, or even a lot like Luffy. Luffy and Roger are parallels. Why are we so surprised? Did you really think that Roger didn't have this goofy side to him? Here is the double standard. Nobody hates Luffy for being goofy, that rhymes. We all can agree that Luffy has aura when he needs to lock in, but when it comes to Roger, no, Roger isn't allowed to goof around. Must a character always be aura farming 24/7 for them to maintain that mystical and legendary energy? Rock's goofed around, he still has aura. Zoro goofed around so much, he has so much aura. Luffy goofs around all the time, he still has aura. But when Roger goofs around, oh no, all aura is gone now apparently. Make it make sense. To be honest, I kind of find this whole thing about aura kind of silly. Back in the day, you never heard anybody say aura, oh he has aura, or this character has no aura. It just wasn't a thing. And it's definitely ruined how people perceive certain characters. Oh, do they have aura, do they not? I mean, if we're going to measure how awesome a character is simply by how much aura they can farm without ever breaking that character, then One Piece isn't the place for that. One Piece is literally a series with the goofiest designs, goofiest humor and jokes. I mean, the first character in One Piece to truly demonstrate aura was 50 chapters in with Mihawk. It took 50 chapters. This is One Piece. You should not be surprised by a lack of quote-unquote aura. Kaido is the aura farmer, yet Oda depicts him as drunk and crying. Garp is the strongest marine who has ever lived, and the man is literally throwing cannonballs for fun and laughs. In One Piece, being seen as cool has never meant looking cool every single second you're on screen 24/7. You are allowed to have fun, especially when Roger is about freedom. What kind of man has freedom but isn't allowed to have fun? His goofiness didn't destroy his legend, it only added to his legend, because we're finally getting to see the actual human behind the historical figure. His legend feels more believable now, and I think that's far more important than just giving us a character whose entire personality is about aura farming. And here's the thing, Roger actually did have aura during the God Valley incident. Think about what happened. Emu arrives, a guy Roger has never met before, doesn't have any personal history with, and the part that people always overlook is that Roger's objective had already been accomplished. The Roger pirates came to God Valley to rescue Shaki and take whatever treasure they could find. That's it, the mission was already accomplished. Roger had no obligation to stay. But then Emu arrives, the king of the world, a figure Roger has never seen before. And what does Roger do? He decides to fight him anyway when most people would have left. He could have left against all odds, purely for the love of the game, purely for the love of combat, purely for the sake of adventure. Roger wanted to fight Emu. It was nothing personal, it was more like, I want to test myself. What is this thing? I want to test myself against it. Roger sees an impossible opponent standing in front of him and basically goes, screw it, let's see what happens. That is Roger's aura. Also, another thing people don't give Roger any credit for is how Roger displayed his high battle IQ. Him being the one to suggest applying the concept of mass to Garp in order to defeat Rox. Rox would have defeated both of them. Rox was winning the entire time until Roger showed his battle genius, which shows he isn't some bumbling idiot. Roger wasn't simply fighting, no, he was actively analysing the fight, figuring out how to win. He recognised a problem and found a solution. Also, seeing Roger cry for Rox, seeing Roger be that empathetic, is so much better than him just being this cool, mysterious figure who always looks cool 24/7. I actually prefer this Roger. Even though Roger and Rox were rivals, he didn't want to see such a great man like Rox, despite their rivalry, go out this way. That says a lot about Roger. You know, for such a bum, that's a pretty impressive character. Now, could God Valley have been better for Roger? Could we have seen more from Roger? Yes, absolutely. But did it ruin Roger? No. Can we stop exaggerating? I think it added to his legend. It gave him so much more variety and humanity. It's awesome to know that such a man simped, he joked, he butted heads with people comedically, but underneath all that, when it really mattered, when Emu showed up, when Rox showed up, that's when Roger locked in. That's when Roger quote unquote aura farmed. Just like Luffy. Luffy jokes all the time, but when it's time to lock in, Luffy too feels legendary. So no, Oda didn't ruin Roger, he made the legend even greater in a series that's literally meant to be goofy. But what do you think? Definitely comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely like this one over here. And massive thank you to my members, cats in my family, Uso Timor and Mr. Bushido 56. And I'll see you there.